So when you hear a dog bark, ask yourself, who is the owner? And I'm not talking about your girlfriend, I'm talking Kenyan politics. If you want to understand the full scope of this power sharing, power struggle thing, just follow the bag, follow the money. Who has the money? Who is holding the bag right now? Who is giving who what? Uh, One time, someone told me you can never trust a politician. For instance, right now, people are saying Babu Wino and Sifuna are here to save the youth. I mean, I beg to differ from that analogy because these guys are doing campaigns. They are running campaigns, and I don't know who is bankrolling the campaigns. I don't know what funds they're using to do the campaigns. I'm just a citizen seeing things, seeing patterns. You see, the problem with a lot of Kenyans, mostly the youth, is that we are pseudo intellects. We don't understand these things deeply. We chase trends. We don't see patterns. Talking about patterns, I can even use an example of the Gen Z movement. Most people think it was 100% organic. Yeah, it became organic at some point because the issues that were being raised were real. But remember, that movement began from somewhere. Do you mean to say that all those people that came to the protests read the document? Because so far on ground, from my research, nobody read the document. Nobody read the document. And remember, the protests when spiraled downwards after Raila Amolo Odinga joined the broad-based government. And you saw they signed some documents. Sifuna was waving those documents the other day on an interview at Citizen TV. Again, remember, Rigiji had the fallout with Ruto during this time. I don't know, maybe I'm seeing things or I'm seeing my own things, but I'm just seeing patterns here. And if you want to understand this game more deeply, you have to go back way in time to Jomo Kenyatta era, then come to Moi, then come to Kibaki. Do you guys even know that Kibaki was Uhuru's godfather? I mean, it's in the public domain. So it means these people have something deeper that's from a long time ago. And I really pity Kenyans because because we don't understand what's really happening. We are just chasing trends. You see, the safest person right now, the only safe person in the politics game right now is William Ruto. Only William Ruto that's the only safe guy. No politician is safe. No citizen is safe. Only that guy. And when you see someone going to campaign, ask yourself where the money is coming from. Remember, Maraga's campaign has died. Why? He doesn't have the finances. He doesn't have the funds. Campaigns are expensive, time consuming. And remember, you're going against someone who is using state resources. One of the richest presidents in the world. I don't know, maybe Babu Wino and Sifuna have stacked, but the last time I heard Sifuna talking, he was saying is Sifuna is broke. That's what I can say. Not broke in the sense that he's broke, like he cannot fund a campaign. Sifuna cannot fund a campaign. Babu Wino cannot fund a campaign. The whole squad cannot fund a campaign. So there's someone funding the campaign. There's someone bankrolling them. And someone told me, don't trust a politician. And I never trust a politician, whether Ruta, whether Sifuna, whether Babu, I don't trust any of those guys. And you have to realize that no one is coming to save you. See, after 2027, we'll have a government of conmen, because they'll all be together. We'll have, like, Kenyans will be on the losing end. You see how Nigeria is operating right now? That's how Kenya will be operating in a few years' time. I mean, judging by the shilling, I don't know. I don't know if it's normal for a currency to stay without moving a single cent against another currency, the dollar, for months. I don't know if it's normal. I don't know. I'm not an economist, but from my studies, I know that's not normal, obviously. So for me, you can't convince me that Ruto is good, Sifuna is good, Babu Wino is good, or who is good. Nah, there is no good person in this game. I think Kenyan politics would have taken a very different turn if Dedan Kimathi took the mantle on day one. And I told you, read patterns. Read patterns from Jomo Kenyatta to Moi to Kibaki to Uhuru. Remember, Jomo Kenyatta used to speak very fluent. His English was better than most Englishmen. Jomo Kenyatta had land, or has land, in Britain. He had a white wife. Kapenguria 6. That's what you are told, in school. And the Mau Mau were just rebels. Tomboya assassinated. I mean, if we have to understand this game, it's so deep. Like, it's extremely, extremely, extremely deep, and there's a lot of questions that have never been answered. Until Kenyans seek answers to those questions, we will never change as a country, because anybody joining the game is fighting to get the power. And that's why I don't trust anyone, unless I had the money to run to be president myself, because I can only trust myself, because I'll be looking out for my own interests. So for me, even voting is very unnecessary. For me personally, it's very unnecessary, because I don't see the essence, because we'll still, either way, we end up with conmen. Either side, we still end up with conmen. There is no beautiful side. Both sides are trash. And when you come with me with the Babu Wino and Sifuna argument, nah, Babu Wino shot a guy. I mean, I loved how he came back from that as a person. I mean, Babu Wino was a goon. He caused mayhem while in campus. And there is no real change that he really made that was so significant. No, it's just that optics, man. You see, politics with optics, one thing. I even told some guys about the Sonko event, and people thought, nah, you're just a conspiracist. I mean, do you guys actually believe Sonko's daughter was assaulted by that guy? All of a sudden, there's a campaign, hashtag GBV, hashtag what, hashtag GBV. Someone made bags, someone made money. And we know who made money from that whole scenario. Labda mi ndo fala na nyinyi ndo mnajua. But what I know is I know what I know. And the game is so rigged. It's beyond rigged that I don't know who's gonna salvage the situation. The only time the youth would have made a difference was on 24th, when they were about to breach the State House. That was the only time. But remember, hashtags were sponsored saying it has become dangerous in Tao, mrudi kwa nyumba. The next day, Raila is signing a document for broad-based government with William Samoei Ruto. And then Rigiji gets bitter and takes Japhet Koome to Mombasa. I don't know. Ama mi ndo naona vitu zangu na nyinyi ndo mnaona vitu right. Because make it make sense. Everything is just like you just read patterns. Read patterns. See what's happening. Go and study how Moi won the 1992 election and the 1997 election. Go study that. I mean, I even believe that Kibaki was in the pipeline to become president for this country, although I'm not sure about that. I believe there is an agreement, there is a power sharing agreement that was made a long time ago, and we don't understand what it is. But what I know is William Ruto is the safest guy in this game right now. And Ruto is trying to join the political class and the elite class, which he already is in. So the only two people, or the only people left to suffer, is just me and you. And you have to fight for your own, and you have to fight for your own stuff yourself. Remember, people called Gikuyus tribalist and what. I'm Kale, but what I know about Kikuyu politics is those guys organize themselves in organizations, so that when a politician comes and gives a promise, they see that the promise is fulfilled. But you see, sasa sisi huko nakuja tunaambiwa si ndio hivyo, tutawafanyia, but then when the politician goes for 5 years and never comes back, and it's because there's no one in that community, there's no organization in that community, or people are not organized in a way that they can push for their roads to be made, they can push for water to be brought. But you see, the political mentality in Kenya, or like what the image the politicians portray to us as Kenyans or to the world is what we are as a nation. That's what we are as a people. Sisi pia si watu wazuri hivyo. So to understand this game, you just have to follow the money, follow who has the resources, follow who has what. But then I told you, I'm very scared for Kenya, because in the next few years we might be ending up like Nigeria. I mean, you can look at the trends. Most women right now are into prostitution and hookups. Most guys right now, they know the only way to get out of the block is either by fraud or scamming. I mean, a lot of con men are in government right now. So and we will still vote for them, and then we complain. So for me, I usually have a problem with the Kenyans. I don't have a problem with the politicians, because they were chosen by the Kenyans and they represent the Kenyans. How a politician operates is how a normal Kenyan operates. Same. And if we go on like that, this country is going into a doom zone, and it's going to be pathetic. So the options will be, you either join them or leave the country, or remain and suffer. Because as you can see right now, if there's no middle class, it's either you're rich or you're poor. Hivyo there's no in between, you are rich or you are poor. And those people who are in the middle, ama wasa wako job, they are a few miles away, not even miles, they're few meters away from poverty. Because hata kama una earn 300,000, we strip away the job from you right now, you're a poor man, you don't have anything. So we are heading into a dangerous zone, because there's no one who is fighting, there's no one genuine enough to fight. That's why I said I believe Kenyan politics would have taken a different turn if maybe Dedan Kimathi took office in 1963 and not Jomo Kenyatta, because Jomo Kenyatta is a fraud. That guy is a fraud. Remember, Uhuru Kenyatta was conceived when Jomo Kenyatta was in Kapenguria. prisoner. He was getting conjugal visits. Hmm. That's weird, right? Because I don't know if you're a do political prisoners get conjugal visits? So that's why I believe it's a game, and we are still a white nation. We are still a white controlled nation. We are not fully independent. And for systems to work, maybe we need real change, someone like Traore or someone of that sort for real change to happen. But for now, we can't change because, again, remember, we also have youths who 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 don't respect other people's opinions. Because right now, if because if you're supporting Sifuna and I say I support William Ruto, you'll get mad at me. But I mean, those people those are two con men. Sifuna and Ruto are the same, one and the same person. You can never trust a politician, and the people who are only losing is you, and it's you and me. There's no one else losing in this game. It's only us as a nation. I mean, we have vast resources that that could clear up debts, and we could rebuild our nation, but it cannot happen because there are agreements that were signed. Remember, even this country down South Africa, what's it called? It was Lesotho or where Isho Speed was. They couldn't sell diamonds to him because there was an agreement that was signed between it was Imperial British something, that they should sell diamonds solely to them. They have reserved exclusive rights. So for Africa to change, I bet it's either for Africa to unite or for a country to be ran by a disciplined force like Burkina Faso. That's the only option, because everyone is a con man. Matiang is a con man. I mean, if you say if if you're defending Matiangi, then you should defend Ruta. If you're defending Uhuru, then you should defend Ruta. If you're defending Kibaki, then defend Ruta. Because Kibaki era we had Anglo-leasing.